Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening?
Stupid.
Oh
I,
my goodness.
there's something working against us.
I feel like it today. I mean, you sound like more of a robot than usual. I keep on. Listen. First, before we get into it, hello everyone. I'm Keith.
I'm Jack.
For now,
Right.
welcome into Save the Planet podcast. So we've been trying for like the last half hour to get things going, to get something recorded for today, and we
Yeah.
are just now getting something going. We are just now recording.
Keeping fingers crossed that it works.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's a perfect recording or whatnot, because like I said, on my end, and I hope it's not coming in on your alls, but like J-Bomb sounds heavily robotic. And I apologize if there's any issues, but at this point, we just gotta get something in. We're just going with it, man. I have learned to take and make chicken salad out of chicken more than I possibly ever could. So this is absolutely going to be one of those weeks. It's like, all right, well, crack them knuckles. Let's get going.
Do I at least sound where like good, clear enough you can understand what I'm saying?
I can understand what you're saying, but clear is not the word I'd use. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's any. It has to do with this network thing that's going on. That's kicked you out. Jack's having some kind of network issues. Actually, you know what? Let him explain what's going on.
Actually, you know what? I could try to drop out real quick and jump back in.
I mean, do we really want to test fate right now? Because look how long it took us to get this.
I mean, I understand that, but if I can't be understood, what's the point?
All right, that's fair. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time then, since we can go into it more as we go on. But at this point, let's go ahead and go to a topic that we actually talked about last week. I wanted to put it here because, first of all, last week's episode was way too long with this segment in, but I also wanted to give it a little bit more of, time because OMO is just about this or whatnot. So what we're talking about here is disturbing AI stuff and how my feelings and opinions on AI is changing. And right now, my opinion on technology is changing just with the way J-Bomb, how he's acting up over there.
Right?
So
Yeah.
this is actually a really good time. Let's go into part of last week that got cut off that we're going to use here now, about some disturbing AI stuff that I found and just a discussion on that. And we'll come back and hopefully J-Bomb doesn't sound like a robot.
Dude, that was a really good idea, by the way, to segue into that.
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
I have them.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
All right,
I'm
do
gonna
it.
try it. Here we go.
A blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while. Also, by the way, that I'm keeping that part in before it gets segued. The segue happens now. Like, I have to go back to this. I have to go back to the AI thing we talked about earlier.
Oh yeah.
So, before the segment gets underway, I want to note that the views expressed on STPP are solely our own and do not reflect those of our employers or affiliated organizations. This discussion references real-world events and examines the ethical impact of AI and the sharing of violent content, not to promote it, but to examine how easily harmful material can be spread. Listener discretion is advised. I think I've had it. You know, it sucks because for 2 months I've been, and I'll admit it, I've been paying for ChatGPT Plus because I really started enjoying it. I started liking being able to get things that I needed that I thought would help brand the podcast. And it really has. Just like quick, instantly. And it's been very helpful. I, again, would not have these two right here if it wasn't for ChatGPT. Because I just don't really have the time to, draw all that. I can't draw that well in terms of cartoon style. It doesn't turn out very well. Well, I'm kind of sick of it now, honestly, and I'm just gonna have to teach myself how to draw J-Bomb or Lil Jackie and Putty, honestly. I'm going to have to. For two
And
reasons.
you told me about this a little bit.
Well, I'm going to talk about the first one, then I'll talk about that one that really pushed me over the edge. But I talked about on OMO this past Sunday about how a lot of tech companies have stopped making RAM pieces to start giving to these data centers, mostly to focus on AI. And Micron, being one of the biggest producers of them, has just completely stopped producing just to focus on data centers to help with AI. And it's just going to start making things like video game systems go up. And dude, I'm not paying. I don't want to pay $600, $700, $800 for a new game system. Whenever back in the day they were like $200, $300, and they're not going. And these ones that are out now are not cheap.
No.
I want to give this guy credit because someone actually on OMO, the one that's on YouTube, actually commented on it, and I didn't know this. I want to give him credit for this comment that he posted. 'Cause, again, the more info that I can get about it to kind of change my mind, I'm down for listening. I'll ignore that. Let's move on.
What?
I don't know. I saw the door like this, and I thought it went like this because I wasn't paying attention, and I freaked myself out. That's a clip.
That's definitely a clip.
I'm embarrassed now.
Now you got me looking behind you just to see if I see anything.
There's nothing there.
Right?
I mean, I'm totally. Everything's okay. I just freaked myself out a little bit because I was just like, oh, I got talking about this one dude I wanted to talk about his comment, not paying a lick of attention, and all of a sudden it's like, did that door shut? No, stupid. It did not. It did not shut. You're just an idiot. All right, here it is. It's guy's name is Pseudo Krondor on YouTube. He left a comment because I talked about it on this week's OMO. Micron, the RAM maker, has pulled out of the chip production of consumer market and will only produce chips for data centers. That leaves only HK Hynix and Samsung as a duopoly. Expect RAM chips, SD drivers, etc. to go up in price. Expect Micron to die as a company when AI bubble bursts. I mean, it's a problem. It's absolutely a problem, and this isn't just like what I brought up to you. This is a business problem that's going to affect things like the general consumer when it comes to like even making their own PCs or whatnot, and then it's going to hurt companies that make games and computers in general too. It's going to hurt everybody because it's just going to make prices go up.
Yeah.
Because they want to put in more RAM, which makes sense because AI is just going to get better. If it's on the trajectory and it's just going to get better and more complex. And with that, you need to have the power to do it. And RAM is what you use for that kind of power. So it's just going to be a mess there. And if these big companies are already stopping production for regular consumers and switching over to these AI tech companies, this isn't good for us.
No.
Not at all.
No.
But the one that really disturbed me the most, and you said it the other day, it's like, bad people will make bad things. Bad people will do bad stuff. It's just what you use with it and whatnot. And I get it. This one was just so disturbing to me, though. And it was a bunch of celebrities that had passed away. And they would transition with AI from them just standing there normal to and it would transition them to laying down and laying in their coffin like it's their funeral.
Yeah.
Just laying like this. And I don't know, I might be
it might be just recency bias, and I don't know if that's a proper term to hear right now, but because of my friend passing away recently too, and that popping up, that just feels so distasteful. I know they're
Yeah.
public figures. I understand that they have fans out there, and some of them might even feel a little touched being able to see their favorite celebrities and something like that. I don't know. I don't personally understand how you'd feel touched. I felt disturbed. One of the comments I saw in the video was it was one of the most morbid things I've ever seen, and I agree with that person. I I was so disturbed by it. So and then I keep on seeing more things about these AI generated videos like on YouTube and whatnot about cats that are just getting horribly mutilated and stuff, but where it's AI, it get away with it. YouTube has started cracking down on stuff, but there are people still trying their best to post this crap. It's just like ElsaGate back in like 2016, whenever people would make live action skits of dressing up as Elsa or dressing up as Spider-Man or some other person on the internet and make things to where they get 1,000 views, millions of views actually, but they would make them to where they're doing disturbing and disgusting stuff like making them pregnant, sexual fetish crap, violent stuff. It's just so weird. But now you got these quickly made AI videos, and where's the line? When's the line?
Right.
Where's the line? Because AI is just like anything else. You've made it. It exists. Fine. It's going to have to be here now. We're just going to have to live with it. Where's the line? Where's regulation? When is it going to be a point where regulations have to come to effect with this?
And it's like I told you when you were telling me about the videos. There's always going to be people that's going to take things that were meant for good and figure out an evil way to use them.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like the atomic bomb was one of those,
Ugh.
So there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to figure out a way to use it differently than it was intended for. Um, but not to get political, but with AI, people have been doing a lot of political stuff.
Yeah.
You know, targeting certain politicians and having AI having them do stuff, and it gets to that point where, and it sucks because AI has gotten so good. Sometimes you have to really watch it just to be like, and you can eventually spot it.
Yeah.
Like another one I see all the time is like wrestling themes. There's certain wrestlers that they're AI and doing stuff, and
Oh, like the
I think I
ones they've
seen
brought
one
back
where
to
it was,
life?
yeah, that, and I think I seen somebody did an AI one of like Alexa Bliss and somebody making out. It was on
Oh,
Facebook, and I was like, what the hell?
that's just
Um,
so wrong.
yeah,
Because it's
but
used.
then now they got AI though. Your uncle Skinner, he sent me some. It's like fictional characters in WWE matches, and it looks real as hell. But it's like these little fictional characters having full on wrestling matches. So it's gotten to where you know it's gotten to where sometimes you're blurring that line between reality and fiction, and when you start using real people is when it starts becoming questionable.
Yeah.
Um, because most smart people can look at it and tell it's AI, but you know, some people just see what they're shown and automatically believe it,
Oh, yeah.
and that can cause some very negative reactions.
I still love it as a tool to help people create and fix things whenever they start working on stuff. And then AI is there to be like, oh, hey, this is how you can do this or whatnot. I've learned a couple things through AI that's actually helped me big time. But where it's so like open and everything, and it
Yeah,
does it not everything it says is right. It just gives you a general answer based on things it's found. Doesn't mean it's always accurate. You have to put the human element into effect here. But when it comes to these videos or whatnot, and you're just like typing in prompts and letting AI have at it, it's like, okay, who is the creator, or is the person that typed the prompt at fault? Is it the AI program itself? Because the AI doesn't have brain. It's just taking stuff it's found on the internet and then using that to create this thing based on the prompt. Is it the person who made the AI? Is it the people that allow it to get posted up? Who regulates it? And when is the eventual hammer going to come down? Because apparently it's not going to be anytime soon. And in fact, like
I don't
all
think it
these
ever
big,
will.
I don't think it will, because then it's like, well, free speech and stuff. But it's like, do we really need to see James Avery, the uncle for Fresh Prince of Bel Air, living 1 minute and then in his coffin the next? Do we really need to see that? And that's not me
No.
being sensitive or whatnot. It's just like, first of all, that wasn't made for our eyes to see.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mean to go to be. You said you don't mean to be political. I don't mean to be political when I say this. But there was a time whenever Charlie Kirk got assassinated, there was a video that came out of a dude talking about it, saying, we weren't meant to see that. That is not something anybody was meant to see. And it was so easily accessible. Not just what you saw on the news, but what people were posting about it, because they were posting as it happened when it actually happened, uncensored.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it now. It
was something I didn't want to see.
No.
It was something I didn't want to see.
So
and I didn't even know about that happening until I got a phone call, and I just typed up his name on Facebook, and that was the first damn thing I seen.
Yeah.
Was him getting shot.
You don't need to. There's some things in life you just aren't meant to see. That's why they're traumatic events for people all around that stick with them and that change people. Well, the problem is now, because we have the ability to share so much stuff so instantly, that can be shared to anybody. And look how many people that were there that day.
Yeah.
What's the line with AI in this sense? Where it starts making stuff to where it's just something you don't need to see. Because you can tell it, like, if you're smart, you can tell it's AI. But what if, unfortunately, what if you're not? I'm not saying we should, like, how's a respectful way to put this? Because I don't want to come across like an asshole either. It's not that I don't feel like it should be regulated for stupid people. Because then
I feel like,
I don't know.
I feel like with AI and people doing things like this, it's not really anything new. I mean, it's new as far as the freedom, but I mean, if you look back and on people, there's some people that actually get enjoyment out of was it those old Faces of Death videos, or watching videos of people being killed, like Faces of Death, and stuff like that. There's what was it back in the 90s, or right when the internet started kicking off, there was rotten.com, where people was going and seeing really disturbing images. So there's so many different types of people on this planet that there's going to be people that get enjoyment out of it. And like you said before, it's hard to kind of put a line on it when you do have the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression.
Right.
So there's never really going to be a way of censoring it, as far as making it like illegal, or you can't do that.
Right.
I just, like you said with the Charlie Kirk thing, I just don't like the idea of it being so easily obtainable.
Yeah. And maybe that's where regulation needs to be. Maybe not on it in particular, but like in the way it's so easily visible.
Maybe a rating system.
Something. Because
it's supposed to be able to keep off of Facebook, but they still don't. But for the most part, they try to police and keep stuff like off Facebook.
Yeah.
And certain images and things like that are policed on social media, and it's just going to be a matter of time before they have to start doing it with AI.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they try with YouTube Kids to keep things off there, but it's YouTube. You can upload just about anything you want. Yeah, they have a moderation system to keep and stuff off there too, but like, when is the point where it becomes actual necessary.
Well, it's like even with YouTube Kids. I seen a couple of years ago an article that said with YouTube Kids that they figured out that there was certain kid-friendly words that if they were typed in a certain order on kids' YouTube, it was bringing up stuff that wasn't for kids.
Yeah. Like you could put in different symbols and whatnot, like the at symbol and whatnot, and plus minus stuff. Put them all a bunch of gibberish. Looks like a bunch of gibberish. You press enter, and it's just crazy what you can find.
Well, it's also people posting videos that shouldn't be on kids' YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but posting it under hashtags that are kid-friendly, and it's slipping under the radar.
Yeah. I, I, this probably isn't an issue because, like I said, I don't like to get political on the show. Like I've mentioned before, I don't like getting political on the show. It is a serious subject that we should probably like tell you all more thoroughly. Hey, we're going to talk about this in a serious way. I just wanted to bring it up because it just disturbed me so much, and it really made me think about AI some more. And I don't know why I have this, anyways. Uh, I but I still like using it, but I don't think I'm going to pay for it anymore. I don't. I think I'm kind of done for right now. I'll start like computer went off again. I'm sorry. I'm getting very distracted here again recently, but
So you're tweaking, man. You're tweaking.
but I don't think that I'm gonna start like actually trying to trace Putty and Lil Jackie, try to do it myself. I am working behind the scenes with some things going on, even though there's not a lot of progress going on with what I'm doing to get some stuff built up for the show and with KJX3 and with anything that I'm doing. There's little progress, but not much. But I, it's been easy, but there's always a downside with something easy. Just like with anything in life, I think. If something's too
Yeah,
easy, then, there's probably something else going on. And I don't know. I'm tired of the slop. I'm tired of people using that AI thing for slop like that. And
I
it's
mean, there's
everyone
always
has.
going to be people doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's going to be able to do it. I don't know. Maybe I've already hit the brick wall of being like, I don't know if I want to see it, and I don't know if I want to participate myself in it. You know what I mean? I
No,
think
I
I'm.
mean you taking an AI program and making some cute cartoon characters out of it is a big
Yeah,
difference
and it's
between
probably
somebody
it's.
taking AI and using it for something stupid and
No,
fucked
I
up.
I get it. I get it. It's a completely different argument and different issue, 100%. But do I want to? Do I look at it for personally? Do I want to use this and still be someone contributing using AI stuff and kind of be looked at as the same person, not in the same sense, obviously, as someone that's bringing this crap and slop with the celebrities in their coffins and whatnot on there, because it's kind of like a moral kind of thing.
I feel like you're going more of the idea of not supporting something that people use for bad things.
Is
You
that a
don't you
bad
don't want
thing?
to you don't want to be a supporter of a program that people also use for up reasons.
Yeah, and I think I'm just wondering, like,
I get
is that
that.
a bad thing?
No, I mean I get that, and like I said, there's a difference between what you do with it and what others do with it, but I also understand the idea of kind of, uh, you know, I guess the best word I could think of right now is kind of a boycotting something that people are also using for not so innocent purposes.
Yeah.
So I get it. No, I get it.
It's still and just like I told the person that wrote that comment, it's definitely something I have to reconsider more, think more of it. I still like I mentioned before, I still enjoy it. There's still benefits to it. I can put little Jackie and Putty in situations I couldn't freaking draw them in a lifetime. It's just it's easy to
Mhm.
use, but man, I don't know. I can't. I'm not a fan of where it's going, both how people are using it and how companies are using it on the business side to kind of upcharge everything else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the new age thing, Back when flat screen TVs first came out, they were ungodly expensive because it was the new thing. AI is now that.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
now they can sell something that supports AI and slap on another couple $100 to it, just because that is the new big trend.
Only with LCD TVs or whatever, you could just put the image of what real people are doing that's bad. Only AI, it will make it itself based on everything else out there.
Yeah, it's a it's a difficult line to be on. But me, I don't use any of
I'm
this.
glad you're here. I I I honestly though I'm glad because it can get your perspective on this for someone that doesn't use it at all and see what you think of it.
I mean, like when we were talking about it with when we had Druid on, uh, it's it's a cool thing for people that have so many cool ideas in their brain, but
Yeah,
don't
and I hate
exactly
it too because
have the
that was so.
artistic talent.
And I hate it too because that was only like a month ago now or so, and I feel like so much has happened in the AI world just in general that that episode I was way more into it and way more yeah, but I feel like my opinion's changing already so quickly. It's like
I mean, that's the thing about opinions; they can change.
it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true. Man, I'm supposed to host a show after having my whole opinion mindset just be challenged and poof, exploded on and everything. Damn. Well, let's
Get it
get.
together.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Ah.
Ah, we're back. I don't know why I clapped my hands.
Clap,
Clap,
clap on,
clap.
clap on,
The
clap off.
clap of the clapper.
Yeah,
Not sponsored, by the way,
no.
by something that
Somebody,
came out in the 80s or 90s.
that's why we're having so many problems though, because my entire house went clap off for like 3 minutes.
Oh my God Almighty! So once again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for coming back and listening through that segment. We started off the show, if you missed it, or if I don't know how we're not live. Anyways, Jack's having some issues, just like I'm having issues talking, but that's normal. This isn't normal. Jack's usually doing a lot better of a job with this stuff. Talk about what the hell's going on your end. I know what my issue is. My issue is that I'm dumb. But what's your issue?
Hold on. Now I got to
Oh
look
my
up.
God. Why is everything
Yeah.
not this past one? That's something completely different. What's going on with your internet stuff?
Yeah, like we'd already tried for like what 20 or 30 minutes to get started.
Yeah.
And we were just about to get started, and where I record at is in my laundry room, and the bathroom door is right there. So I see my soon to be stepson walk into the bathroom. He shuts the door. As soon as he shuts the door, everything goes black here. It's the power went out. And I'm just sitting in the damn chair in the dark, like the hell's going on? Can't get my flashlight to turn on my damn phone because I guess where we were doing this, my phone's like, I can't do it. No, so I don't want to. Um, so finally get the flashlight on. As soon as I walk in the kitchen, it turns on. I mean, it was off for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe. Um, and after that, usually my Wi-Fi will kick back up in about 2 to 3 minutes. No, this time it's like probably what 10.
It takes a minute for
They're
sure.
going there.
It takes a while for sure.
Was I gone like 10 minutes that time?
Yeah, like 10, 15, it
Yeah,
seemed like.
yeah, 10, 15. Yeah, usually here it's maybe I'll be generous and say 5 minutes. It usually don't take my router long. I have a pretty good. I have like the top Wi-Fi package with like the highest megahertz and all that stuff that they offer. So usually it don't take long. But no, this time I'm sitting here, my phone's like no internet connection. And I live, Keith already knows I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of need Wi-Fi. So yeah, and then I finally get back on here and it flashes out, it flashes back on. We're just we're having a good old time. Just like we was talking about before the show started, before the show actually started. Um, it seems like in the almost 9 years we've done podcasts, anything bad that can happen is going to happen.
Oh, yeah. We are the
Yeah,
definition of Murphy's Law at this point.
yeah. I do think though in almost 9 years we've been doing this, I believe that's the first time one of us has experienced a power outage during recording.
Probably.
I don't recall it ever happening before.
I know I haven't, but now knock on wood, that's going to happen sometime within the next 3 to 6 months. You watch.
Yeah. As long as it's not in the next 3 to 6 minutes, I'm good. You know?
As long as we can get something up and something ready. Like, listen, it was
Right.
good to have that from last week, but that
Yeah.
was last week. I want stuff, from this week for us to,
Yeah.
have stuff to
Yeah.
talk about now. And I think this is
Right.
a very good opportunity, a very good time to give you a new nickname because of all this. You
Uh,
are, from here, at least till the end of the episode, because I don't know how much this will stick, by called Jack the Unfortunate.
it definitely seems like the past couple of episodes, at least, has been some hitting the fan.
I do not understand. Maybe we need to go back and look at some stuff in terms of like the programs I'm using. But this one wasn't even a program issue. This was network wanted to go poo poo on you, and I get the being out in the middle of nowhere. You definitely need internet, and maybe that might be a little bit of the problem. But that you can't help that. That there should be something that prevents that, and that's just odd.
Yeah. It's just, but like this episode, it's the power outage. Last episode, it was driving home in a damn snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like stop.
It's just
it's getting crazy.
It's just unfortunate that just keeps on piling up.
Yeah. Maybe it's 2025 trying to get me while it can.
Don't say
Trying to
that.
fuck with me.
Don't say
It's just trying to
that.
fuck with me. It's trying to fuck with me a little bit more before 2026 gets here. It's like, okay, got a couple weeks. It's just
I'm going to get you before I'm done with you there, pal.
yeah.
Nah, don't say.
I would have gotten away with it too. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the kids.
No, don't say that because there's still a few more weeks left in December. You don't need more things to mess with you in 2025.
No.
It's unfortunate that because Christmas kind of takes up the whole entire month of December, I kind of look at December as just kind of like a passe month. Because I'm already looking forward to 2026 and stuff. I'm going to find out what to do in the new year. The only thing significant right now is on my mind this month is Christmas. And then literally there's a week that does not matter in 2025.
Right?
That's how it always is. Like, tell me other than New Year, after Christmas, that week before New Year's Eve, does anything matter?
No.
No.
That's the best part about it.
Yeah, I know. It's a good and bad thing because it's good because you don't really hopefully wouldn't have to do anything particularly hard or anything big during that week. But it sucks because it's like no one remembers what happens on December 28th.
No.
I mean, the year could end at Christmas Eve or I'm sorry, Christmas Day or December 26th, Boxing Day. Actually, I will take that back because Kwanzaa happens between then, and so that happens. But if it's like for you and me,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Usually it means I'm off work, so I'm sitting at home enjoying myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Hanging out with the kids and stuff.
J Bomb's
But
pulling at me
yeah.
whenever he's talking about enjoying himself. I'm just saying. Oh wait, you have the kids. That's a little weird. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ah,
See, I have the kids. I have the kids when they go to bed, but they go to bed. I have Donna for that after.
eh,
I don't. Yeah.
rub that in. Why don't you? Actually, don't do that. Don't rub that in at all. Just leave her alone. Nasty. Dick. Picky. How to make things awkward in less than 30 seconds.
We're good at that.
Oh, dude, I'm the king of that. And sometimes I don't even realize that I'm doing it. Remember last episode whenever I can't remember exactly what I was talking about, but you got me with one of those stupid ass jokes, and I'm going with it and whatnot. And I actually put in the episode a zoom in of you, as in like because you were proud of yourself. I could tell that you got me with it, and it just completely went over my head. And he's like, "Yeah, I meant that in a sexual way," and I'm just like, "Huh? What are you talking about? Sexual way? You son of a."
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Jack the Unfortunate here, having the worst December it seems like you could possibly have in terms of network and connectivity and just overall things that could go wrong, Murphy's Law type.
I mean, really, aside from the snow and this, my December ain't been that bad.
It's really just surrounded around the podcast that it's unfortunate. That's what that's what makes the name so fitting. It's because literally we want to do this show, and when it's time to do the show, something unfortunate happens to where we start it relatively soon, but then we have to sit back and wait a few minutes. I'm just glad that my narcoleptic ass just isn't that narcoleptic anymore. Now, I did take a nap today, but that was way before recording.
Yes, it was.
And I've got all my recording stuff done today, so this isn't on me anymore. Yeah, I'm getting better.
I do have to admit, I don't miss the days of when, I'd be like, "Where the hell's Keith?
Yeah.
What? Supposed to be recording." And then I'm laying in bed like 3 hours later, and I hear my phone vibrate. I look over, and you're like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I fell asleep." So yeah, you had many narcoleptic moments. Like you just sleeping.
I mean, a lot of that. I'll tell you what a lot of that was. If we can be serious here, that was both trying to find a reason to get out of it, as well as just because my depression was just so bad, and I didn't actually want to end up doing things, and sometimes just because of my size or whatnot, I get so sleepy that I'm just like, I'm just going to fall asleep and don't care what else I have to do. I would find reason. It's mostly the first one. Honestly, I would find reasons to get out of things I needed and wanted to do, even if I wanted to do them. And it's really f***ed up because it's like, why are you trying to get out of things you want to do? Tell that to someone that's depressed, that's got some mental sickness or whatnot, and doesn't really know how to get it treated.
Right.
But all is good now.
Yeah.
Good-ish,
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, we've been going since the beginning-ish of October, and it's now December.
We missed the episode.
We have missed. I think this is the longest run we've had since we first started.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of them.
Yeah. I know it's got Donna happy because when we were discussing bringing it back, she was like, "Are y'all actually going to stick with it?" She's like, "Because if y'all are just going to do like 3 or 4 episodes and then quit again for a year, I'm just not going to even try." And
no, I don't blame her.
I was like, "No, we got this." And she's like, "I hope so." And
I don't blame her.
She's been happy about that.
That's I feel like when it comes to this, when it comes to KJX3, when it comes to a lot of stuff with me, I have a lot to prove. I have a lot to prove again because
You got this.
I have let things go that shouldn't have went anywhere. And I feel like some people's faith in terms of like wanting to support has kind of laid off just because they don't. It's not that they don't. It's that there comes so many points in time where you're just so inconsistent. It's like you can't focus on what I'm doing or what's going on because when's the point where I'm just going to leave again? And I totally get that. A few years back, I didn't understand that. I just thought that just insulting. I understand it more now, kind of doing some retrospective thinking over the last several years and whatnot, and I totally get it. People have their own lives. People have their own stuff to do. They can't focus solely on what you're doing if you can't be consistent with what you're putting time and effort into. And if you're only going to do it for like a month or so, then what's the point of really getting invested in something you want to listen to or really want to get into?
Right.
Especially
Even
with
though
a podcast.
It's hard for me to imagine. It's hard for me to imagine too many people would be giving a shit about what the hell we talk about.
I mean, locally, friends and family, even them are like, all right, we love you, but yeah, I kind of have a podcast that's been going on for like 5 years straight that I can listen to and not yours.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of good that we completely restarted on a different platform now after starting on the old one and then going back to it is like, yeah, that was a bad idea. But now restarting on Spreaker and going to try to add new stuff starting from there. I think that's a better idea. I think we should have started from the beginning, but that's just a behind the scenes thing that I'll take credit for. So the listens might not be there yet, but it is like we're starting over. This is like a brand new. It's almost a brand new show, a brand new version of STPP.
Well, it's now STPP instead of STP.
Yeah, I know.
Also, so.
It makes me have to go pee just thinking about it. By the way, that just hit me.
A lot of peas.
I'm kidding. I don't have to pee.
A lot of peas.
I was trying to put PP somewhere in there, but I'm not funny or clever, so it happens.
But I mean, I think also what helps is the way we're doing it this time around because it's keeping us from getting burnt out.
Yeah. The every 2 weeks thing is really much more beneficial. I will say it is stressful going from Monday to Tuesday to get an episode up there, especially with video and how much more effort I'm putting editing it. Like the last episode that we had, last week's episode was a little bit lazier in terms of I did edits here and there to make things flow better, and of course I had to fix where we took out the one part from last week and put it in this week's episode. This week we'll have a little more because of that in terms of edits, but I also put in usually a part that I take off that you have to specifically listen to Patreon, and last week I didn't really do that. Last week, if you listen to Patreon subscribe members, by the way, but if you get last week's episode, it's literally just uncensored. There's no real extra stuff in it in comparison to the main show. But usually that's what I'll do. Just last week was a little lazier. This week, probably going to be the same thing, but this one's completely more out of, technical difficulties kind of made us had to pivot that way,
Right. Donna did say it's not on Apple Podcasts anymore, though.
Where I did the switch over, it probably isn't on Apple Podcasts. I might have to go and fix it or go in and look at it. But thank you for letting me know that. I didn't know it wasn't on there. So
that's what she listens to it on usually, and she said she hadn't been able to find it. So.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look to see how the permissions are on there because of where I.
That was my message I was told to give to you.
Okay, cool. Cool. Hey, listen, I need more of those messages because if I don't hear from somebody that it's not on a particular platform, I will just assume because I've pressed it to be on there that it's there. So I'm glad you're letting me know that so I can get it on there and get it fixed up and ready to go.
That's for all you other Apple podcast users.
Yeah, for sure. If you listen particularly on Apple Podcast, I will make sure it gets back up on there soon. But it's on Spotify and everything right now. Oh, I feel like I had to make it available since we were originally on Spotify with Anchor and then Spotify for creators, I was like, oh, the show has to at least get back on there no matter what.
I use Spotify. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I use. Yeah, you
My
use
music
Spotify,
and
but
stuff,
because you're the host, you don't have to listen to the show, and I don't expect you to.
when I'm on the road working, I'm listening to music.
Yeah,
and, and I'm using Spotify.
I have changed over to Apple Music just for the simple fact that I can buy albums like from iTunes still and listen on there. I don't have to pay for subscriptions because I'm tired of the subscription thing for music and just anything in general. I feel like I ebb and flow with that stuff, but I really just don't want to pay monthly prices for music anymore or anything in general. I'm done with it. I'd rather have my particular catalog of albums that I've bought and be able to put it on my own. And since you still have an iPod on this thing, this is still technically an iPod. You can use it as such. I'd rather just use it as an MP3 player and to download them on there and know that I own them in a certain case instead of just, paying a monthly fee. And yeah, I get access to a lot more and anytime I want, but Spotify also now allows you to listen to songs like one at a time. Like if you pick and choose a song and you can play it once and then it just run ads and stuff and you can't pick another song directly after in that same playlist. So if it's a Blue Moon situation, it's like a new song that I want to listen to, I can go and listen to that song real quick, and if I like it, I'll probably just buy the album on iTunes.
Right. I mean, we've had like a duos Spotify account for fuck. Hell, I've had my own membership for Spotify longer than I've been with Donna. So
yeah, I mean, me too.
So,
like I've had my Spotify longer than you've been with Donna. So
yeah, but I like the Spotify.
I like Spotify too. I'm just tired of paying monthly bills, or not bills. Bills are just a thing of life. I'm just tired of paying monthly subscriptions for things that I can just buy flat out and probably support the artist more and get the CD.
Right, that's a good point.
Yeah, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been able to overcome this craziness of your network. It hasn't dipped out yet.
Looks like it.
I think we have a pretty good thing of beginning AI stuff from last week and this part that I think we've got an episode here.
Woohoo.
A shorter one from last week, sure, and yeah, we are using last week's stuff. Don't get mad at us. It happens. You got some new stuff here. But
we're trying to give you stuff for all the rest of this year.
Yeah, and the best way to do it is to be able to. Plus, this episode was kind of a last-minute change,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked about we might have had a guest on. We definitely talked about it on the after show, but we were supposed to have a guest on today. Didn't happen. Whatever. We'll have them on later. That's no big deal. That's no skin off our bones. We just had to pivot and get something done. And man, oh man, did that pivot come with some issues.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, well, thanks for
I'm
not
just happy we got it done.
Yeah, right. Thank you for not wanting to break your friggin' phone or whatever for this, or your internet, anyways.
Yeah, I am pretty much a determined person because anybody else would have just said it and gave up.
Oh, dude, I was, especially after the very last time, because you heard me go, oh no. I expected you to just go, oh, me or something, and just be like, I'm done with this. But no, that's never been your style, and I respect the hell out of you.
All right, when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it. Damn straight.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what I'm going to do right now?
Yes,
sir. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to talk about Save the After Show and our Patreon. So, get out of my way. That was very rude. I apologize, Jack.
You don't mean it, though.
I don't. Okay, so for more of this, go over to the after show on our Patreon. Yes, that's right. Our Patreon is up and running, been up for a while now. We got a couple free tidbits, free episodes of STA you can listen to, get you an idea of what we do on there. But basically, STA is just about 20, 30 more minutes of this episode continued over to Patreon, uncut, uncensored, like I say normally. But you have to pay $5. I'm sorry, that's just the way the world works. We want to make a little money off doing this thing, and STA is a good way for us to do it. So $5 a month gets you access to every episode of STA. Obviously the free ones, but those are free for anybody. But the ones like last week and a couple other ones from the past that we did it with, $5 a month gets you 20, 30 minutes more of Save the After Show. But I totally understand. It's Christmas time. People need the money to spend on their loved ones and just overall regular toiletries, other kind of things that you need to get through your everyday life. Completely get it. Well, for $1 a month, you can still support us, and you still get benefits of our Patreon as well. For $1 a month, you get STPP Uncensored, this episode completely uncensored, and trust me, I will be adding some of the blooper bits, which, come on, you know you want to see some of our mess-ups, for sure. Be definitely adding some of those, because I don't think there's a lot of stuff throughout the show we're going to talk about that I'm going to cut out, that even with last week's stuff. Anyways. So there's STPP Uncensored. Video MOs on there as well. Last week we talked about the Video Game Awards and how they went. I hope you firmly enjoyed that one. And you get to see me, so that's always either a plus or a minus, depending on if you like seeing really big guys look not half bad. But that's almost everything you get, because you also get a name shout out on the show. And thank you to Brandy for being a $1 tier member. And thank you for Donna for being a $5 tier member. So we really appreciate the support. I know for sure Jack does. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes, very much so. So if you would like to join
It's crazy, though, Donna. It's crazy Donna has to put up with me every day and still gives me $5.
Listen, it's only $5 a month, though. It's not like it's every day.
Yeah, well.
Still $5, though.
$5 is $5.
Any way to make $5 is a good way to make $5. I'm just saying.
That's right.
And if you want to help us and support us in any way, we'd highly appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you can even just become a free member. Just wanted to follow, because you can also get the audio versions of OMO and the regular STPP and STPP Classics all in one hub area. So if you want to do that, just go to patreon.com/STPP with Jack and Keith. That's patreon.com/STPPWJACK, letter N, KEITH. I can't even spell my name. Patreon.com/STPP with Jack and Keith. Go there. Become a member, whether it's a free member, $1 tier, $5 tier. And also, STA, you get all the stuff in the $1 tier as well. Just like with Donna, she gets her name shouted out as well all the time. So, go join us on Patreon. More tiers to be added in the future. Yeah.
That was good.
That was... I feel like some weeks
you're getting the hang of it.
I'm starting to get my rhythm back in terms of doing that. It was definitely a lot sloppier when we first. Hell, you give me another month or two, I'll be like getting those things off like they're nothing.
Just flying through it.
Just flying through, hardly any stumbles and bumbles. Dude, maybe I'll actually spell my name right.
Maybe.
Possibly.
We won't set our goals too high.
Can you give me a little credit one time, please? I mean, please. Please,
no, you do a very good job.
Please, Mr. Unfortunate, can you give me something?
You do a very good job.
Thanks. I won't call you that ever again. Hopefully it doesn't stick. All right. All right, J-Bomb, thank you for joining me. In particular, you, I guess. Take us out, I suppose.
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. It was a little different kind of episode, where we put in some from last week and stuff, but still fun. Always fun. And the AI thing was pretty enlightening anyway. But hope you have a safe week. Um, be careful out there. Don't drink and drive. And as always, stay metal.
I love your faces. I always forget.
And I did it for you last time, and you got.
Let me alone!